by the low, G5 fly, floating pip smoke, swimming oceans of Patron stroke. Pretty young model things on speedboats. Stop the hater, guap man get paid for that white yacht on the water looking like a glacier. Office up in a skyscraper. You can't incarcerate the greatness. Judge you to look at me, I duck them pages. They hate when you're rich and famous. Paparazzi think they got me trying to feed the media, but they'll go hungry. Understand you got nothing on me. Tell it to my lawyer, I'm not guilty. I know you wanna be like me, but we all know that's not likely.
They wanna know how we get in that zone for real. They wanna know how we pull up on them just for real. They wanna know how we stay fly every night. They wanna know.
We are live. Happy hump day. I'm Brian, the CEO's Pops, and I'm hoping you guys are having a great week so far. What are we going to be talking about today? I have no idea, but I'm sure you guys will spark some interesting conversations. Good morning, Brian. That's Brian with a Y. Thank you so much for getting that correct. Matter of fact, let me fix this because we are in the wrong section here. There we go. Who else is in these chats? Well, shout out to Sugar Skull Serpents that just rebranded. They rebranded. Very interesting. And the reason why I say it's interesting is they use someone that is very utilized, well known in the reptile industry. I guess I'll shout them out, give them a free shout out. Sinking Pencil. I believe they're out of Indonesia, maybe. I'm not sure. I know the person that Sinking Pencil is under is out of Indonesia, so that's why I made that assumption. But that's interesting because this week alone, I've had at least 5 logo designers follow me on Instagram. All 5 of those logo designers are frauds. All 5 of them are scam artists. I'm going to always encourage you people. Yes, I understand it's difficult living in a world where you can't trust everyone, but I'm going to challenge you to just check these people out first and see if they are who they say they are. You have a lot of people that are using others' artwork, etc. It's very simple. Ask for referrals, check for referrals, verify. Just make sure the people who are who they are. If you want to trust everyone, that's fine. I do manage with the motto, trust, but verify. So go ahead, trust everybody. Trust that people are good. Trust that they're genuine. Trust that they are who they say they are. But verify, okay? This week alone, I've had 5 different logo quote unquote designers follow me. So good morning to all of you guys. What's up, Forward Motion Reptiles? Taxonomy Exotics, good morning. I see you got your cup of coffee nice and early. Nice to see you as usual. And have to give you a special shout out. We received a package from Taxonomy Exotics. I won't be opening up this package. I will be allowing the CEO to open up the package because it was sent to him. It was his package that he will be opening up. He's very excited about it. I showed it to him yesterday when I finally got a chance around to picking it up. Who else is up in here? We got Dr. Joe, Kingdom Pythons in the house, administering those midterm exams. I'm sure nobody likes you right now. You know, I think they actually do because you're actually a pretty cool teacher. Guys, if you haven't followed Kingdom Pythons and the classroom projects they have going on, go give them a follow. Hashtag Hugh in the hizzy with his grand rising one and all. Hope you're all having a blessed week. What is good? I have not seen you in a minute, cold-blooded monsters. Let's get this day jump. I think you meant hump day, right? Let's get this hump day started. What is good? Keys, constrictors. Let's crush these goals. Goal crushing should be an addiction, guys. Goal crushing should be an addiction. Large Marge Morse. Morning, everyone. Just popping in to say hi. Have to walk into work. Kevin, love the new purple. It suits you. I definitely have a big, huge shout out for Large Marge Morse, who has been supporting pretty much everything that we are promoting. We were promoting Toys for Tots. He donated a few $100 to Toys for Tots and did not forget, if you guys can remember, a few weeks ago I had discussed our nonprofit. It's like a community center in Dominican Republic. He has been supporting hugely, and it's greatly appreciated. Trust me when I say, when you help someone in a third world impoverished country, you make a huge difference on their outlook. Just imagine what was done with Toys for Tots and how Toys for Tots has made a difference in so many people's lives, including Bob Vu. When you do this for someone in another country, it's just a whole different level of help. So huge shout out to Large Marge Morris. I really appreciate everything that you've been doing and continuing to do. Definitely. You give hope and you brighten my day as well. So thank you guys so much. What's up, LKB Pythons? Small town exotic Shane is in the building. We'll be doing our weekly Snakes and the Fat Man 15 minutes of lame update after we get through these shout outs. Okay. Benevolent Reptiles. Finally get to catch one of these live. Well, I'm glad you finally got to catch it live. Why don't you go grab a cup of coffee and sit back, go find the playlist and go through the last 103 episodes prior to this one. And then when you finish with those, I have 100 episodes of Bowling with Brian and 100 episodes of The Keeper's Corner for you. Speaking of Bowling with Brian, I'll probably be doing an update tomorrow on Bowling with Brian on the Battle of the Balls Eye Candy Extravaganza. Tonight, midnight, actually 3 a.m. tonight, is your last chance to vote. Now, remember, even if your contestant won, voting determines where they're seated. The amount of points they get from the votes determines where they're seated. There is a Battle of the Bulls Eye Candy Extravaganza playlist if you want to go back and see who all the competitors are. But we'll be doing an update tomorrow with my co-judge, KG of Bomb Projects. If you haven't, go make tonight, as a matter of fact, every Wednesday night, KG does an IG Live, Instagram Live with Jaffe. Pretty cool live they do on Instagram. Now, he forces you to be on the live. They do not post the lives afterwards. They have had great guests on there. They're showing amazing animals. But if you don't catch it live, there is no turning back. Okay, I mean, they put some stuff up there. I know I caught it live. I got on late, just missed some beast of an animal that was featured by one of their guests. And I'm like, can you post? Nope, sorry, it's gone. Get here on time. All right, so definitely want to go check out KG and Jaffe on tonight's live. What's up, balls and strikes? My worthy, often adversary on Wednesday morning. I did see you vending last week. I hope you had a good day. You definitely had an amazing setup. What's up, John Limon, JL Constrictors? I haven't posted the picture. Um, I connected with JL Constrictors a couple of weeks back when I went to the city. He was actually working in the Bronx that day. And I got to meet him in person. And again, there's nothing like meeting someone you've connected with through social media in person. It's just such a good vibe, such good energy. And gosh, John from JL Constrictors has been one of those positive energies and those good vibes in the community. He has been on, I want to say, Freshman and Fabulous. So you can go check out that. Go check out that episode of the Keepers Corner, Freshman and Fabulous. They have their own playlist as well. And he was sharing what he was working on in his first year of breeding. John actually blessed me. Many of you know my favorite number is 22, so I often snag that number in STWs or other things that are going on. And he blessed me with the number 22 in Twisted Reptiles STW. This was for a male pastel gravel het puzzle. And would you believe the number 22 hit? I'm horrible. My number never hits when I purchase it, but it was a great gift from JL Constrictors. So that will be coming back to you. So I was very happy actually when he won the pair and he won the 5 gene calico banana male and the cinnamon calico female so he can get the calico project going. So that's what I was delivering to him. So we were speaking, and the title of this episode is Levels. And I guess this is a great segue, but we're going to get back because we haven't finished the shout outs. I see you guys. Everything you do in life, there's levels. If you think about it, right? There's levels to pre-kindergarten. All right. I remember kindergarten. I know I was in preschool, but there's levels to pre-kindergarten where now kids start school at 2 years old. Gosh, my daughter is 25, I want to say. Yeah, 25. I better correct that. And she started school at about 2.5, right? So if you think about it, there's levels to everything that we do in life. So I do want to talk about the levels, or I want to actually structure these levels with you guys so that we can actually put something together and put it out there. The levels of the ball python breeder. So there's levels to everything. And this year, all you hear over and over and over again is how the market is dead, stagnant, bad, right? But then you have an interview with Bob Vu, and he tells you he's having the greatest year that he's ever had. Then you go to see that there's shows, multiple shows in different locations every weekend, and these shows have thousands of patrons at them, right? So can the market be dead? No. Last week I discussed it. It's not the market, it's the people. It's the vendors, it's the sellers. The reality is, guys, if you're not selling, it's you, okay? There may be a shift. It's a volatile industry. It may be less. You may not be able to move the projects at the price points you moved them before. These are the adjustments that happen in business. It's just a reality of being in business. But one of the things that really struck me, and I was so impressed speaking with a very new breeder who actually made some really nice stuff in his first year. I believe he hit the super asphalt. Um, Made some really, really nice stuff, right? So we're talking, and when we're talking about this year and what the plans are, he actually said, well, I plan on holding back. I plan on, taking it easy, building, right? Getting some missing pieces that he needs to get things ready for next year because he doesn't want to go through the stuff with the tough market right now. That is a level of discipline that is very difficult to teach. That mindset, the preparedness, the planning, the setting goals. I tip my hat to you, JL Constrictors, and I have to get that picture up. I never put that picture up. Good morning, Moises, Metal Scale Reptiles. Also, thank you for the Toys for Tot contribution. All of you that made that Toys for Tots contribution. I'm not sure. I believe 2 more days. It's 2 more days that Bob Vu will be collecting donations. You can go to my video from 2 weeks back interviewing Bob Vu. It's What's in Your Cup episode. And all the links are there. If you do send Bob Vu donation, please put what's in your cup in the memo and send me a screenshot of it. So that way, not only can I recognize you, but I want to do something special for you guys. Okay, I want to shout out Texoma, who's done it this week again. Large March, who's done it again. Chris Eating Snakes in the Fat Man. Gosh, Dave from Ball and Hand Pythons. So many of you. Babu crushed his goal. Okay, he crushed his goal and crushed the $10,000 mark. Third Eye Pythons, what is up? John Limon, I see you. I see you. Haha. Balls and Strikes says he's also had multiple logo designers follow him this week. It looks like they are out there. The scammers are coming back, right, Reagan Renee? Reagan Renee, you've been light on the dad jokes this week. All right, let's get going. I want to see you back with the dad jokes. Reagan hit you with that bam this week. I always tell them. Troy says, I always tell them I'm offended they think I need a new logo. That's cool. Souls Balls in the house. What is happening? How's my girl doing? Don't forget, I want my baby. I want my baby back. Brian has been grinding. Yeah, grind. I think that's one of the things that is key. I think that when you get up, what's your grind for the day? Okay, what is your grind for the day? All right, I think that if you're not grinding, what is the purpose of life? Grind, baby, grind. Mother effing balls, what's up? Drop time. Eric got to chill with him, break some bread a couple of weeks back. JL says it was great to finally meet up in person, my brother. Hopefully we get to link up again. Yep, I hope so too. 25. I'll save you a spot at the Smithsonian in DC. 22, man. 22. What's up, Elijah? Tell mama I said hi. I hope she's feeling better. Balls and Strikes Python says, in my opinion, which he's never shy, guys. If you know Troy, he is never shy of an opinion. So he says, in my opinion, the market is the same as far as demand and people buying snakes. The issue is that there are many more people selling them, flooding the market at the moment. So I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and they have some available animals, and they say, oh man, I haven't been to a show in so long. I really need to get there, and I really need to get to a show to get my name out there so I can move some animals. So I asked, well, what do you think that you are going to do differently? Because the reality is at these shows, I would say it's upwards of 60-70% aren't even breaking even at the shows right now. Again, not because it's a bad show, not because it's a bad market, but in my observations going to these shows, it's because they're not doing what needs to be done to sell. I was speaking with Jason from from Ancestral Royal Pythons, and we were talking about our recent experiences at shows and having large sums of money on us and going to tables and not even getting hellos. Um, just the basics, just the basics, and I don't want to go over that again. We touched on that topic last week if you missed it. But just the basics in sales and customer service. So that's why I think that we are missing an opportunity, because if these show promoters are bringing thousands of people to a location, okay, and now mind you, there are many more animals available, and you're not selling one animal, you have to, and don't be offended, we're talking about levels, right? You have to reevaluate yourself. If you are doing the same thing today that you were doing when you first started breeding, and you've been doing this for years, and you have not adjusted with the market, if you have not done a self-analysis, if you have not seen that what you're doing is not working and try something new, what you try new may not work. That's fair. I got that Bustelo in my cup. What you try new may not work, but not trying anything is the failure. Okay. And the fact is, you're gonna have to fail a few times to succeed. What does this say? The secret to success, on the opposite of the cup, the secret of success is to be ready when your opportunity comes. Benjamin Disraeli. Well, I don't believe there's one secret to success. I don't believe there's one key to success. I believe it's a key ring with a bunch of different things. But self-analysis, check yourself, guys. Check yourself. There's levels, right? We're talking about levels, right? Good morning, my man. Marlon is in the house. Macomorph, what is up? I see you, Ray, alluring serpents. Derek Reptiles. So this guy right here. So we're talking about levels, right? So Derek has been on this show a couple of times. If you don't know who Derek's Reptiles is, he's been on the show a couple of times, and one of the things he's always done is he's always continued to reach out to me, continue to share. It's interesting that we're in this world where people hoard knowledge, they hoard information. Frightful that others would do better than them, right? So since he and I had connected, I remember reaching out to him and asking him to be on the show. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? This guy every other week was having the biggest names in the reptile community on his show. I mean, if you look at his roster, I mean, literally, he's had every who's who you can imagine, and has always shared with me, okay, the things that he was doing that were working. Now, levels, okay. If you think you're ever going to be successful without having adversity, give up wanting success. It's not going to happen. So a while back, he was actually put under attack from one of the bigger names in the community, and I remember I reached out to him. Are you going to join me, or are we going to talk about this? He wasn't. He definitely was going through a trial at the time. So respectfully, I backed off. He didn't want to confront it. He didn't want to discuss it. I saw. Please don't make fun of my New York accent, but I saw the benefit of that attack. And I remember, and he actually reminded me, I remember telling him you're gonna come out on top. As long as you don't quit, you'll come out on top. It's obviously you feel that personal effect, the attack, but if you just face it, put it out there, you'll come out on top. This man is getting millions of views. He is now getting millions of views. I believe he's over 20,000 subscribers already. Um, I'm glad you did not fold. I am glad you faced it. I am glad you got your side of the story out. I am glad that you did not let the powers at be, okay, dictate your future. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. I look forward to seeing you hit 100,000 subscribers. Um, it's been manifested. We've said it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Macomorph says, I have vended a few times and noticed that a lot of vendors don't engage the potential customer. That is 100% true. Troy says, we had a fairly good show in Charlotte, very light traffic through the door, but still a comfortably profitable show. And that's what it's all about. Snakes and Doggies says, what are you saying? I'm not going to make the big time by breeding my spiders anymore. Say it ain't so. Well, I dig what you're saying. And I've actually said it on the show, right? You're not going to breed a spider to a pastel, make a bumblebee, and kill it, right? But don't go bashing my spiders now, all right? Don't go bashing my spiders. If you go and you look, there are a lot of combos, high-end combos that breeders are still utilizing and showing the beauty of the spider. So don't you go bashing my spider, but I definitely dig what you're saying. What's up, Byron? So Elijah says, if you aren't selling, you got to look at what you are doing wrong. Feel you have to engage. Be personable. Make yourself stand out in a positive way. Most definitely. Most definitely. JL Constrictor, I also plan on vending in Poughkeepsie once I get my tax ID, even if it's just to talk and network and show my animals. I believe it's worth it. You build good experience with potential customers. Very, very true indeed. Best compliment at a show for me is when someone comes to my table on a recommendation from other vendors. What is up, Geekette? I definitely agree. Mako Morth dropping the F-bomb so early in the morning. Oh my goodness. F that camera guy at New England. I definitely agree. He is I think he's a bad apple. I'm just going to say that, all right? He's definitely a bad apple. But the bumblebees sell for cheap, but they move. Superstar Ball Pythons, I owe you a phone call. I did not forget. Sorry, just got caught up late. Always getting that love from over the pond from 21st Century Reptiles. Much love and respect. Thank you. Spiders are my favorite, unfortunately. The bumblebee still selling. Yes, well, snakes and doggies, spiders are still top 3 favorite for me. So I can dig it. I definitely can dig it. All right, so we're talking about levels, right? Levels. I put up, and we're gonna get back to it, but I did put up. If you look at the thumbnail, okay, I did put up Bloom's a diagram of Bloom's taxonomy. I also put a link on a very detailed article about how that works. It is pertaining to learning and education, but I also think that transitions into everything. It overlaps into everything as well. So for those of you that are newer or want to go to the next level, I think it's something that you should consider. I personally strive to learn something new yesterday. Yesterday, I got a certificate in my other world. Today, I'll be back at it. I have I used to facilitate a workshop on the science of persuasion, and I am willing to do it. I am willing to share that knowledge with, let's see, keep it manageable. I would say 10 people. If 10 of you wanted to schedule, right, a Zoom conference, I'd be willing to do it. Just send me a DM and I'd be willing to facilitate that science of persuasion with you. The point of the matter is, though, although I have facilitated that many, many, many times, I am actually attending a science of persuasion training today. Hopefully, I'll learn something new, right? And I won't be that guy answering every question that they say. Good, Brian. If my Mojo Spider Het DG proves in 23, you'll have a gift from that clutch. Baby boy, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. So what's going on in the world today? Let's see here. Elon Musk has been bumped. Okay. The CEO, hold on one second, please. The CEO of Louis Vuitton Moet Henny. I haven't had a sip of alcohol in 17 years, but Hennessy was my thing. My wife kind of likes the Louis, so it's kind of cool, I guess, that the world's, I would say, highest earning, richest brand, the CEO is now the richest person in the world. What's the point about that? The point of that is, in our lifetime, how many times have we seen different people dubbed the richest in the world? In our industry, in the ball python world, we know for a fact that there are the top dogs, right? I mean, we're talking about people that crack $1 million a year selling ball pythons and reptiles, right? Those are the top dogs. There's no reason why you can't be that person one day. Okay. I mean, gosh, it's switched from Bill Gates to Warren Buffett to that Mexican telecommunications guy to Bezos, to, by the way, his ex-wife, that divorce, his ex-wife donated $4.5 million to our schools. I've shared with you guys, we have 4 schools in New York City, in the Bronx, and Mackenzie donated $4.5 million to our schools in recognition of the great work that we do there. So big shout out, big shout out, sir. Thank you so much. Bezos, Elon Musk, and now, I can't even say his name. I forget his name. Sorry, but you could be that breeder. You can be the 7-figure generator, okay, off of what you love to do. But if you are not acknowledging what level you're on right now and setting that goal for the level you want to get to, why are we even bothering to have this conversation, right? Beast Morph says happy with 100K a year. That's fair. That is fair. I remember wanting to make 6 figures. I remember that, and it's a goal, right? Then I remember making it, and it didn't seem like anything different because perspective. You make more money, you spend more money, you do bigger things, you buy more expensive things, you're more generous. I try to, the same way I'm always asking for you guys to donate, I try to donate to as many things as possible. I just feel that it comes back. So yeah, 100K a year doing something that you love doing. I mean, It's definitely not a bad thing at all. Not at all. Musk is the man. Ray says Musk is the man, bringing what was done in the dark to the light by these lunatics. What's up, LARPA reptiles? Yes, yes, yes. Elon has been bumped, guys. He has been bumped. Hey, Python Patrol, haven't seen you in a while. I was actually just thinking about you because I saw one of your comments on an old YouTube video. I'm like, where has Python Patrol been? Nice to see you. Not saying I'm stopping there, just happy. Well, I'm cool with that. I'm definitely cool with that. It's good. It's good. Make it, and then reassess your goals, right? We had a decent year this year, and we surpassed our goals, right? So you have to look at what did you do to accomplish that. And now it's about planning for next year. I've been in next year mode for a month already. I was able to project where we were going to finish, and we did that, and we did it 3 weeks early. So that was very very satisfying. But for the last 2 months, I've already been working on next year and taking the steps to hit next year's goals. Okay, 21st century reptile says, I agree. 100K would do me. Macomorph, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 100K a year is relative to where you live and what's your cost of living these days. Absolutely. You can make 100K a year in New York City and you still qualify for subsidized living. So just put that into perspective. And to live comfortably in New York City, your household income has to be about 200K to, I don't know, 250 to live comfortably in New York City. So I definitely agree with that. So just because there are others that have dominated this industry for so long, I always think about MySpace and Facebook, and then now Instagram and everything else that pops up. Just because it is doesn't mean it'll stay there, right? Doesn't mean it'll stay there. Let's see here. WNBA had its biggest, I would say, its biggest highlight in its existence. I don't want to get into politics. Definitely the biggest trade in WNBA history. Think it's pretty apparent who got the short end of the stick on that trade. Kind of like the stuff that my 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 Knicks do. We usually get the bad end of the stick on trades there. Snakes and the Fat Man. I didn't want to be a lurker. Everybody hit the effing like button. Just didn't want Brian to start your podcaster's favorite podcaster shit. You know it, Chris. I am your podcaster's favorite podcaster. Damn it. Now, speaking of Snakes and the Fat Man, Chris hosted the second debate, and guys, I have been toiling. I have been. Oh damn! Brian's head is about to grow. Actually, some people said that all the designs on my office, my home have to have the two-door entryways because I have a big head. But I am your podcaster's favorite podcaster, and you don't give me no shit. All right, there, Troy. Benevolent reptiles, vote Adam. Okay. All right. So vote for the only Asian. What's funny? Besides the fact you spelled Asian wrong, it's bothering me. I'm so sorry. I'm like the FB. I'm like that Facebook grammar police guy. Um, uh, there's not just one Asian. Okay, there's other Asians, and yesterday, I swear to God, I thought I thought it was Patrick, and it wasn't Patrick. Now my phone was on mute, and I didn't see the name of the company. My phone was on mute. I didn't see the name of the company. He's very very active, And I was just like, I actually hit up Chris and I told him that I almost voted for him. Royal Canvas Exotics, and I'm like, I thought that was Patrick, and he was actually doing something, you know. So Patrick didn't do so well. Sorry, Dragon Soul didn't do so well in the debates, guys. All right. Um, Jana killed it. There's no question about it. She killed it in the debates. She is forward motion reptiles, Jana 100%. She killed it. She killed it in the debate. I mean, there was no question about it. She came ready to crush the debate. The second debate was a lot better than the first debate. Um, and I think that a takeaway from these debates, right? Because we talk about having these activities, and these are the things that help build our community. And these are the things that help grow the community, show that this isn't just about snakes. It is a community. There's fun things to do. There's ways to engage besides just saying, look how pretty my snake is, or how big my snake is. There are ways to continue to build. And when we're talking about growth, we're talking about sales, we're talking about goals. One of the things I am most impressed with are the introverts in our community that are forced on a continual basis to push past their comfort zone. See, levels, right? And that's a level of knowing this is not my cup of tea, but push past that comfort zone and do the things that they need to do to grow. And guys, all the snakes in the world, if you're not a people person and if you're not learning how to engage with people, you're never going to be successful, not only at this, but at pretty much anything. All right. EQ over IQ any day. Make it intentional. Make it a goal. Level up, biatch. Okay. There's levels to this. Okay. Level up. Realize that your interaction with other humans, with other people, is what's going to help elevate your animal business. Okay. Oh, so wait, before we move on. So Jana, without a doubt, she killed it. Uh you know, the other people, they're present, but are they there? Are they really present? You know, are you making your presence felt? So, with that said, I have voted no less than 6 times a day. Okay. Anywhere from 6, I grab people's phones. If you're pushing for someone, you should be doing the same thing. Turn off your Wi-Fi on your cell phone, okay, and do your vote. Then turn your Wi-Fi on. Grab your spouses, grab your friends' phones, grab your employees' phones, and vote, vote, vote. Okay, do it yourself. Da, 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 da. I have my wife's phone, Samson's phone. I have 2 phones. I have my computer. My office manager already knows what I'm going to ask for as soon as I walk in. All my employees, I come up to them daily. So I'm good for 6 minimum to over 12 votes a day. Without a doubt, if he were to campaign and give it his all, my vote would have gone to Royal Black Balls. Okay. Shamir is family. Outside of this ball python world, he's a quiet killer. Trust me. He's silent but deadly, and he'll be making his presence felt in this community within the next couple of years. I'm very confident in that. He comes from really good stock, and he knows how to set the goals and how to make those moves. So if he were to campaign and go hard, definitely, Shamir would have been my guy. I would have been pushing and voting. Okay, but he's had more of a laid back approach because he's the man in other ways, and he knows it, right? I'm not gonna even say, you know, how he tagged along with the fat man, and got to hang out with Justin for a couple of days and everything else. The guy's smooth. He's smooth. That would have been that. Then there's Reggie, right? So Reggie was one of my favorite interviews on Bowling with Brian. He was actually on both Bowling with Brian and the Keeper's Corner. So I did not expect Reggie to campaign as hard as he's harding. So hats off to Reggie. Definitely impressed with what Reggie's doing. But Jana came out of left field. She did What's in Your Cup? Very good show. She has her own show, and she has made it very, very clear that she wants this. Okay. Andrew, Redwood Reptiles, has been on a couple of shows. He was on Freshman and Fabulous. I think any of these breeders that suspended their ego to be on a show called Freshman, okay, where everybody wants to act like they've been doing this for 30 years and act like they're the man. Any of the newer breeders that were on Freshman and Fabulous already have a certain trait that they're going to blow by so many of you people that you think you're too good, or you think you know better when you don't know shit. Again, levels. Okay, levels. So Andrew's another great, I call him a Peaky Blinders bastard. He's another great person in the community. But I vote purple, guys. I'm letting it out there. Okay, Leviathan Snakes was on Freshman and Fabulous, and that's when I first wow, who are these people? And I really liked their energy. It was such a different energy where you can see who is the dominant partner, who is the dominant person in the relationship. But such a good energy between the two. It's just hysterical to me. Then I had them on Bowling with Brian by themselves, and it was such a great interaction to see what they were doing, and that they had a full approach to this whole ball python thing, where it wasn't just the animals. They were bringing in their strengths from their professional worlds, both Courtney and Steven, who, if you go watch that episode, if you ever wonder why Steven gets referred to as Kevin, if you watch that episode, I don't know what was going on, but for some reason I renamed him Kevin for that show. So now most of my conversations are towards Courtney, Steven, and Kevin. But yes, vote purple. I would love to see the husband-wife duo win. Yes, Harry Wang, you're absolutely right. I would love to see the husband-wife win. I think that they're awesome. I think that they're selfless. They are always sharing the things that they do that are successful. And it's just great to see, as my wife hears me talking about a husband-wife duo, it is just great to see when a husband and wife are in this together. Okay, and you get a 2-for-1, right? You get a woman can win, and she brings her sidekick with her. So let's go for it. Python Patrol. I'm spreading my vote between Redwood and Leviathan. I'd vote, but she's already ahead. Well, here's the thing. If you're spreading your vote, it's kind of like, it's kind of like if I took my 12 votes and voted for everyone that's been on my show twice each, what's the difference? I'm not doing anything, right? So that's why pick someone, and that's it. Okay, pick it and stick with it. Jana has to win. Oh, she's making that very, very clear. Okay, she's making that clear. It's actually the air fryer with all the beeping. Samson is getting his croissant, sausage, egg, and cheese there. So if you're not smashing the like button, you're stalking. You're a creep. That's what you are. Your bottom line, you are a creep. Ray from Alluring Serpent says, you got to get past that anxiety. Beautiful things happen after that. Absolutely. Python Patrol. I became an introvert in my 30s, and the shows I've done has really pushed me to be the person I was in my 20s. That is awesome. Talking about these guys. So yeah, let's silent but violent. No, no, Shamir is not violent. So Nicholas Summers, ain't nothing silent after Taco Bell. Andrew, damn, I never wanted Taco Bell at 7 a.m. before. Go get it, go do it. All right. So Leviathan has the absolute best videos. They have pushed really hard for votes. And I agree. I definitely agree. The creativity there. They even had Reagan Renee um Royal Python show up in uniform. I can't even believe he was able to squeeze in that uniform. Brian gonna ride the couch yelling like that at his woman. She couldn't hear me. I'm very how do you say slick? Like I know when I can say what and where she's at. So creep like Radiohead song, absolutely. So guys, there's levels to this, right? Go hit that link. Go read about the levels. You have to don't be I have some titles here, and I would love your feedback on this, right? So I did have some titles that I was thinking about because when we're talking about levels, um, it's sad. It's sad to see people go. Okay, when we're talking about levels, it's sad to see people go. I mean, this week's sticker breeder graveyard. Who's in our sticker breeder graveyard this week? Our sticker breeder graveyard's a man that I really liked talking with. I know that there were a couple of times he was discussing leaving, and he toughed it out. And it's sad to not see anything about James anymore. Ball Hard Reptiles goes into the sticker breeder graveyard this week. You can resurrect from the graveyard, guys. People have done it. People have done it to success. Sometimes we just need to reset. Sometimes we just need to figure other things out. I always say it. Some people refer to their snake life and their other life. There is no this and that. It's one, and it's a way that we have to find how to navigate through both. And I hope you resurrect Ball Hard Reptiles. And it's sad to see you in the sticker breeder graveyard. Then on the Milk Carton Chronicles, I mean, there's only been about 5 posts since January on their Instagram, and I mean, you would see that there would be a post like every other month at that, and I haven't seen a post in 3, 4 months now. What happened, guys? What happened to Nick and Jules of Nivial Exotics? Reach out to them, see how they're doing. I know they have their hands full with everything else in life, and this was another husband-wife team that I thought would be here forever. I mean, we used to joke around that their logo looked like Bane of My Exotics. That was a joke for a while. Well, Bane of My Exotics is still going strong, and I'm hoping that Nick and Jules are still going to be around. Maybe they just haven't been active with Instagram. Maybe they're preparing for next year, but they have been missing. So if you are connected to Nick and Jules, reach out to them. Tell them that we're thinking about them. Tell them that we're hoping that they're not done, that they will stay in the community. Been a while since I've seen anything from Nivio. Yes, I've received quite a few DMs asking where they've been. Reagan Renee, I said that while shooting. Like, wow, I'm just happy this still fits. I get it, buddy. I get it. Doing the shows with you has helped bring Mama out of her shell, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys coming on the show. Beast Morphs, I was just thinking about them last week. Balls and Strikes says Nick and Jules are out. I'll touch base with you later. that's sad. That's sad. That's sad to hear. That's definitely sad to hear. Again, to see another husband and wife duo no longer with us is definitely sad to hear. But guys, so there are definitely levels. If you think about the ball python breeder, or our community, when people first join, I call them the know-it-all keeper, right? They have their first ball python. They haven't even gotten their third shed, but they know everything. Um, you share advice, you give advice, but they're gonna do it their way. Their ball python is different. They're gonna defy certain basic husbandry practices. They're gonna defy humidity and heat needs, and they know it all. They've done it for 3 weeks, and they're going to start mentoring others on how to do it. Then you have the bitter breeder, bitter, very, very bitter. They don't understand why they're not successful. They don't understand how come um, nobody is buying their animals. They don't understand how come, or it's not that they don't understand, excuse me. They're angry that others are doing better than they are. They're angry that people are at shows taking pictures and smiling and getting out there. They're angry that the other vendor next to them is moving animals. So that's the bitter, bitter, very bitter breeder. Then you have the helpful. I want to call them the helpful hobbyists. They're not quite a breeder yet. They do want to breed, but they're realistic of where they're at. And as they are moving towards the direction of breeding, um, they're helpful. They're helpful for the community in many, many different ways. They help promote people that are doing good things. They make referrals to people that they've had good experiences with. They participate in different activities. Be a helpful hobbyist, guys. Be a helpful hobbyist. Then you have the snake scammer. Avoid the snake scammer at all costs. And this is why we always say keep it in the network. Get referrals. Do not just purchase an animal because you think it's a great deal. That uh, classic or that pastel cinque het, right? It got 5 hets running through it. Turns out to be hetless, right? Um, get your referrals. Otherwise, you may end up on the Milk Carton Chronicles. You may end up in the sticker breeder graveyard, and we don't want that. There are levels to this. Navigate through your levels, right? Navigate. If you look at the Bloom's taxonomy, right, it starts out with remembering, right? You have to remember what you know, right? Knowledge is just that. Knowledge is knowing something. It doesn't mean that you understand it fully. It doesn't mean, and it's hierarchical. The Bloom's taxonomy is hierarchical, so you can't go from one level to the next without mastering that level. Okay, so it's like remembering, right? So you have to remember like what a ball python needs, what a ball python breeder needs to do. All right, then you need to understand why those things happen. Once that's the next level is understanding. Okay, whether how you learn and how you comprehend, but you need to take it to that next level where you understand why those things happen the way they happen, right? After that is applying, right? You have to apply what you know and understand. A lot of people don't realize that wisdom is applied knowledge. That is what wisdom is. Wisdom is applied knowledge. It doesn't matter what you know if you don't do it. Okay. Um, then comes analyzing and understanding how everything interrelates with each other. Then evaluating, right? And we're always talking about checking our goals, checking ourselves, being realistic with where we are. You want to evaluate where you are in the process, then creating, and that's putting everything together. So if you look at the top breeders, if you look at the Canovas, right? Because he's no longer Caboca, right? He's Canova, right? Which is Caboca, Cabelka, however you say it, is Cabelka Innovations, right? If you look at Canova, if you look at Always Evolving Pythons, if you look at Ozzy, what is it, Reptiles? These guys are creators. The reason why they've lasted, the reason why they have survived, the reason why they thrive in this industry is that they are creators. Okay, absolutely powerful creators. They remember, they understand, um, they apply, they analyze, and create. They take all of that, okay, and create. Be a creator, okay? Be a creator. Um, it's okay. It's okay to not know, because that'll help you seek that knowledge, okay? So there's levels. Someone once told me that there's levels to this. There's levels, okay? And it's okay to not be at that level if you're gonna check yourself. All right. So I love this. I'm still a sponge and a rookie until my first holdback girl gives up them pearls. That's what's up. Okay, that's what's up. Uh and Python Patrol says, I'm a small dog and I never had a snake till I knew I wanted to breed. Then I researched for 3 years before I pulled the trigger on buying breeder size snakes. And guys, find love on the best dating site. Gosh, I always feel like I've made it once I get these little porn things, you know. I'm always a student to the game. And apparently so are the most successful people. So anyone heard from Atypical in a while? I am actually wearing my Atypical shirt today. Funny that you mentioned that. I know they were moving some larger sized animals. I believe they're still in it, but definitely reach out to them. See how they're doing. See how's it going over there. Tom and Casey. I do want to shout out. Well, first of all, my shout out Tony Thomas for this Tony Thomas custom from Hardwire Exotics. This thing is absolutely beautiful with the handmade sheath. Okay. Facts. It's always levels. Don't forget about that, guys. Levels. Okay. Learn from each level. Dr. Joe says, learn from each level. I'm learning so much to apply for the next. That is what I'm talking about. All right, let's see here. What is up, Shamir? I mentioned you today, sir. Maybe you should have been on the show at 7 o'clock there, buddy. Brian, thanks for all you do for the community. Being an up-and-coming breeder, I really appreciate the knowledge and support. I sent 2 copies of stickers, one for now and one for the graveyard in a few years. Thanks, Sean. Sean, no graveyard. You just copped my female's clutch mate. So you're not going anywhere when you're making those upgrades. Beautiful Enchi Hypo Pied for Pied Enjoy Reptiles. Okay, shout outs to Pied Enjoy Reptiles. Guys, there's levels. Go do what you got to do to level up. Go check your Buenos dias, mi gente, creme de la clutch. Go check your goals, see where you are. Are you crushing your goals? Do you need to reassess them? If you're crushing them, don't take the foot off the pedal. If you need to reassess them, check them and keep moving forward. Don't give up. Keep that Python passion alive. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing week. And I'm gonna have to agree with this guy for once. It really scares me whenever I agree with him. There are always new things to learn, tips and tricks always coming in. I am always looking for more advantages. I'm gonna have to say, be that guy. Okay, today I will say, be that guy. Happy hump day, guys. Go and crush it. And I will talk to you soon, maybe tomorrow night on Balling with Brian.